Welcome to BGP. Today we are speaking on the prize,
Mm.
Simone Biles. Um, Recently, her husband had an interview and she sat with him, but he had an interview on another broadcast, and they were speaking on how they met, how they got together, and whatnot. And so one of the questions was asked to her husband. So would you say you the prize or is Simone the prize? And he said, oh no, I'm the prize. And that didn't sit well with a lot of people that watched that snippet that went viral about it because he spoke on being the prize. So before I dig into that, I'm going to start with you, Adrian, and then Mona. You ever told a man he was the prize?
Never. I think when you struggle with your self worth, any opportunity you get to you know showcase your worth and your value, you might want to. And I think just because he was amongst those dudes, he was trying to put a little extra on his thing. He know good and well. He's the lucky one. He's in a position to. I just think he's not the prize. She is, in my opinion.
Mona,
You asked me, have I ever
you ever told a
told a
man
man he
he's
was
the
a
prize?
prize? I don't think I have used those exact words, but I think I have um, demonstrated that he is prize worthy.
Worthy. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So I've never told a man that he was the prize. But maybe it's because I've never interacted with a man that felt he had to say that. But for all the people that was offended by it, Simone actually co-signed him saying it. She agreed with him
Hmm.
that he indeed was the prize. um, they described how they met. COVID, during that time frame, he couldn't be around just anybody because they were secluded, the NFL
On the
team that he
team.
works for. And so they met on a dating app for the elite. And he swiped on her and she swiped on him. And he swiped and just, it was nothing because he said he didn't know who she was. And Simone swiped on him. And once they realized it was a match, she was messaging. And he said he ignored those. And she went and found him on Instagram and also messaged him on Instagram. So that's when he said he went to her page and saw she had millions of followers. But up until that moment, he had no idea
Mhm.
who Simone Biles was. So then at that point was when he was willing to, meet up with her. She drove 45 minutes to his camp where he was to meet up with him and have a conversation. And the rest was history as far as them dating and getting to know one another and realizing that she is the Simone Biles. But prior to that, he said no, he didn't know who she was.
Mm.
And the question was asked, so were you the light skin prize? Because we light skin because the other gentleman was light skin too. And he said, yeah, I was the prize. And she just is like, yeah. So, thoughts?
I think typically NFL, she does not fit that typical NFL groupie chick,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that. And so I think it was it seemed like not the norm for her to be on his arm, like to be, um, and I could see where he might not have known who she was, depending on how he's moving he's at practice. He's got, it just wouldn't come up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think he was almost not forced to say that he was the prize. It was just the way that it was worded. And he felt, I don't know, you know how dudes, when they feel the pressure of saying something that they don't necessarily mean, because in no way, shape, or form do I think that he would be. I didn't even know who he was, to be honest with you. So I just think he got caught up in the
In a
moment,
moment.
and that she really is not the typical groupie chick. You would normally think of these voluptuous chicks with the fake asses and big titties, and
Mm.
them are the ones that usually you see hanging at the camps.
Mona?
So You just said
Yeah,
that
she said a mouthful, and
I did.
and I want to respond, but go ahead.
you just said that you didn't really know who he was.
I did.
So why were most people angry that he said he didn't know who she was? We don't know our next door neighbors.
Showed
Mm.
We don't know some of our family members. So it could be true he did not know
Mhm.
Simone Biles. Secondly, she said that once she saw how he treated his mother,
Mhm.
she knew that that might be the man for her. Why can't he say he the prize? In this environment of what the men have called their other brothers, Pookie, Ray Ray, Dusty,
Mhm.
Rainbow, incarcerated, homosexuals, can't keep a job, live with your mama. Why ain't he the prize?
Mhm.
He's young. He's 28 years old.
Mhm.
He's an
NFL star
NFL player.
player.
He's went through some diversity. He's had some injuries and came back. He's a millionaire. He don't have no baby mama drama. He don't have no kids out of wedlock. He is the prize. And the question was asked to him.
Mhm.
So people got mad. That's his answer.
Mhm.
He is the prize. Why is Simone Biles the prize? Because she turned flips. Why?
I guess they were saying that they would assume usually women are considered the prize. And then on top of it, not just any woman. Yeah, she's a like multiple gold holding Olympian champion in the gymnast world. Like
So
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is what everybody's saying. she's a champion, not just any type of champion, like international champion. So if she was I don't know, a Mona Lachey, everybody don't know Mona Lachey. But you can't go into any country in this world and
Yeah.
post her picture up and say,
Who
who's
is
this?
Yeah.
And they not know that is Simone Biles, the woman that has broken record after record. So many records that they like give her technical points off because other people can't even do what
The
she
stuff
do.
Yeah.
Like, come on
True.
now. Yeah, that's why they was like, the prize thing was one thing. Him claiming he didn't know who she was, that's where it was like, I don't
everybody
know.
doesn't follow gymnastics.
He did.
Everybody doesn't
True.
follow. He followed who he wanted to
True.
follow.
That's
Everybody
true.
doesn't follow basketball, football,
Yeah.
whatever. There are some places that you could put them all white countries and put her face up, and I bet you believe they would not know who she was.
Mm.
Here's the thing. So what that she won some gold medals? We don't know her character. We don't know her background. She got some baggage in her little purse.
Mhm.
You know, she said she suffers from ADHD.
Mhm.
She had to
She has mental health.
charge her ex gymnast doctor for
Abuse.
SA.
Sexual assault.
Abuse.
You
yes.
don't know what she's going through. You don't know her personality.
True.
You know, and he her prize. She thought he was a prize.
Mhm.
She didn't have a problem with it. But it's always somebody on the outside. Oh my God, he's acting sassy. Yeah, he's a prize. She's a prize. They're a prize together. She didn't only get one wedding. She got two weddings.
Ooh.
And she got her man. Here's my question. How many times have you shot your shot and the bullet stayed in the chamber?
Mhm.
She shot her shot. She went out there. She got her man
Mhm.
for Simone Biles and that young man.
Mhm. I agree. I guess my other thing too that a lot of people were saying was that when that first came out was, she's not the typical type that NFLers usually go for.
Mhm.
And so him saying that made a lot of women feel uncomfortable because she's not the typical preference.
Mhm.
You know,
Get over yourself.
She's okay.
And with the
She's
dress.
she's short.
Petite.
Like
Mhm.
she's petite.
Mhm.
She's toned or muscular,
Yes.
because of her gym exercise. She's dark skinned. And so they were saying like, we know what it is when we see the NFL. We know who usually is on the NFL's arms.
Mhm.
They don't usually look like Simone Biles.
Exactly.
And so him also throwing in the prize and all that, a lot of women, and I'm going to say it, a lot of Black women felt uncomfortable. And so I think it was a bias, internal bias, that a lot of women were feeling. And I get it. I do. She, like you said, I agree. She did what most women don't have the courage to do. She shot her shot. She went after him. She drove up to where he was. She put herself out there and she changed his mind because like he said, he didn't even want marriage was not on his
Right.
was
That's what
not
I
on
was
his
about to say.
marriage was not on his mind. He didn't want to get married. He had just got into the NFL, so he wanted to enjoy the single life, you know? But then God presented Simone to him. And so that changed everything. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Let me say this. I'm getting sick and tired of people clout chasing. They'll take an interview and pull a clip and focus on that part and give their little interpretation and their expertise on it. He also said in that interview that she was very supportive of him, that she helped him go get a therapist.
Yes.
You know, and like Nisha said, he said he was not ready. But something about her and they, you know, got to clicking and now they're married. You guys are some haters. Y'all don't want nobody to be happy. Y'all don't want nobody to get married. You don't want nobody to get divorced. Y'all don't, I mean, you don't want nobody to be friends. You know, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right. I'm happy for them. I really am. I wish the best for them. That's the part about having everything out in the public. People are going to judge. They're going to throw a wrench in something. Like you said, there's a lot of haters out there. I think, like you said, initially they took that one piece of that little clip and everybody ran with it, including myself, because I was like, oh, this nigga, he's not, you know what I mean? Like, what? You the prize?
Yeah.
You know, but I know how you can get caught up, especially you sitting amongst some dudes and you want to like, shoot, I'm the prize, you know. But it wasn't just that. Like you said, he said a lot of things that made them, you know, where they were a couple that was working together. And that's what we don't see that much of these days. And I think with so many people with divorce being the first thing they run to, you kind of hate on when you see a relationship going well, because so many go sour these days. And they just seem like they're doing good. I wish them the best. I really do.
I don't think he was forced. I think he really believes he's a prize. And I think that he has the right to
be the
believe
prize.
that he is a prize.
Absolutely. And with some of the stuff you mentioned, it definitely puts him in the prize category. You know what I mean? Because it's a whole bunch of dudes that don't have half of that, but they treat it like the prize.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
They ain't shit. And we treat them like they the prize.
You tell us to choose, and then when she choose something good, then there's something wrong with that. Come on now. You're going to have to pick a door.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I think that you can't get mad when she co-signed.
Yeah,
she agreed.
said,
She agreed with him. So if your wife is telling you that's what you are, then that's what you are. You know? So I didn't get mad, but I just enjoyed the discussions. I enjoyed watching what people were saying and how they felt, because it was a lot of conversations had about it. It was a lot of bias that came out of it also, that showed people's true feelings on how they feel about people that they perceive to be not as attractive as they like, or not as tall as they like, or they don't bow down to the, you know, so-called what's the word I'm looking for? The so-called like
stereotypical.
Yeah, like the stereotypical things that we hear. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't say they're equal financially, okay? But technically they're equal as far as they're both multimillionaires. They both are in athletic industries, right? They're both physical, like both of them, their bodies are insane. You know what I'm saying? They're both, and they both was willing to get counseling. They both was willing to support one another when they were having their mental health issues. They both were advocates for one another. And it's rare that we see that in our community, where you see Black men and women are advocating for one another as husband and wife. We have a whole lot of single people saying that we shouldn't be doing, you know, dating and married and doing this and that. And so now you have these two people that's like, yeah, we did it. And we're young.
Y'all trying to ruin their love.
Yeah.
She came back later on and she said, she's accomplished a lot of, and I'm paraphrasing here, a lot of gold medals, but the greatest accomplishment was her marrying her husband.
Rightfully so.
And I think that's a beautiful
It
thing.
It is.
beautiful.
It is.
It is. I think a part of me just felt kind of, because she's not that typical NFL groupie type chick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I felt like I had to defend her when he
Mhm.
said that, not looking at thinking of the whole thing. But like you said, they picked that one piece out, and I was like, how dare he say that girl? That girl is bad. She did, she that. Just because she don't look like Drea and them other chicks that's, what's the chick now that's on Basketball Wives out there, just
Brittany.
gold digging. She really got her own. She got her
Yeah.
own stuff. He
Yeah.
got his own stuff. They came together at a good time and a good place in their life. So it's wonderful. I think, like I said, I just was more feeling like you had to defend her because she's this little girl, even though she a grown
She a grown
woman. She a
woman.
grown woman.
Yeah,
But it was a
yeah.
part of me that felt like, how dare you say that about her?
Yeah.
So
I think, people know that Black people are emotional. They're reactionary. They don't dig deep. When I saw it, I said, let me go find the whole thing.
yes.
Let me go find the whole thing so I can get the proper content. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Final thoughts.
I guess even a lesson for myself, we do need to dig a little deeper when these stories come out, because it's typical, just like when you see a series that's about to be announced and they show you these little clips and you get intrigued, like I need to go and see this movie, because you get stuck on the clip and later on find out the clip wasn't nothing. It had to do with the whole dang movie. But that is kind of how they get us and we get sucked into it. And it just goes to show you have to do your own research, investigation, and really see, because based on what I'm hearing now, what I'm seeing, they are in love. And it's a beautiful thing. And we need to be proud of that, especially in our community where it's so prevalent for us to quickly divorce or not get married. And they're seem to be doing well. So yeah.
Mona.
He was minding his own business.
Thank you.
She ran up on him. She got what she wanted. Apparently, he wants it too. I wish him the best. Both of them are the prize, and I just hope they keep on winning.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. I would say that both of them are the prize in that situation. I think that seeing young people their age get married and be willing to do the work to make a marriage work, even if it involves social media and people dealing with them and, looking at them every day, talking about them and, them still like, we still gonna stick together. We still not going nowhere. We still not, y'all want us to, because she said it, y'all want us to be so mad. And we're not. Seeing them happy makes me happy. Seeing them admit to supporting one another when they both were having some issues, I love it. I want to see more of it. And it's okay to accept your spouse as being a prize. Both sides, I don't, if that's what you want to call it, it is what it is. That is it for today. We are going to call it. So please like, share, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you have questions or feel like we should address any other future topics, leave it in the comment section. And this is BGP. We're out.